and he spins around and grabs a wall that is perpendicular to said beam type object. That one looks real nice. From Zodiac, we know AC1 to Rev is your favorite parkour system, but what would you optimize and add to it to make it your ultimate parkour system? And I mean anything, even if it breaks the fundamentals of the system. So basically just the perfect parkour system to you. It can include any aspects from other games too, Uncharted, Mirror's Edge, etc. What I would add to AC1 to Rev, probably horizontal wall running, parkour down, and manual tricking, like holding a button down to have your character do like flips or spins manually in the air. Those are the three main things that I would want to add to AC1 to Rev. We have a couple questions from Weird Guy here. He asks, wow man, congrats. So my question is, when's the stealth guide for AC3 coming? And which part or instance of any AC game has irritated or annoyed you so much that you had to take a break of a few days to return back to the game? First question, when's the stealth guide for AC3 coming? Not for a long time. I haven't even started on that. It's gonna take a long time for me to get that one together. Second question, in terms of just playing the game casually, nothing. I haven't really been so bothered by anything that an AC game has done to me that I just stopped playing it for a long time, but in terms of video making, my AC3 Forts project was so frustrating to me. I put that on hold for months before I came back to it, and I'm getting closer to being done. I have a couple more to work on. But yeah, for a long time that I had just done one fort and just gave up for a while. That's probably the best example I can think of. From Convert, congrats on 1K, you really earned it. Question, did you ever play tactical shooter stealth games like Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon, for example? I have actually never played any of those games. I really want to get into Splinter Cell. I've heard only good things about it, and you know, I'm just trying to broaden my horizons with stealth games in general. I have Arkham on the playlist, Metal Gear, Dishonored, so yeah, I'm looking to get into all of that. Sandman asks, what's your favorite game to make stealth videos for? And what is your least favorite addition to the franchise? My favorite game to make stealth videos for would probably have to be Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. The mechanics for stealth in that game are just incredibly consistent and pretty lenient too in most cases, so there's a lot that I can get away with in that game, and I can use that to my advantage quite well. My least favorite addition to Assassin's Creed would have to be statted stealth, and it doesn't really come close. We've got two more similar questions from the Drop Sensei and Miran asking me about my thoughts on AC Syndicate. Overall, I'd say AC Syndicate is a pretty okay game. The World War I stuff is probably my favorite section of the entire game. It was really awesome. The stealth in general is pretty solid in Syndicate. What bothers me the most is the nerfed parkour and the addition of the rope launcher. That is genuinely my largest issue with Syndicate. That, and I'm just not the hugest fan of the tone and the way they tried to tell the story. The story's fine. It's nothing special, but it's fine, but I don't like the tone they took, and it kind of clashes with the setting in a very unnatural way for me. But yeah, overall, Syndicate's pretty fine. I enjoyed at least 70% of my time spent playing it. Pedro asks, which game that isn't Assassin's Creed is your favorite movement system? I would definitely have to say probably Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. The movement in that game is significantly more complex than Assassin's Creed, I would say. There's a lot more that you have to consider. The environments are more linear though, so it's a lot less about finding out the best way to do things and more just about finding out how to do things, because there's really only one way to get through each area. Of course there are some skips and stuff like that, but in general the game is, you know, you go in one path and you follow the straight and narrow all the way to the end, right? But overall it's just a very engaging system to use, and it feels quite good to use it. From Stealth AC, completely random, but how old are you? I reckon we're the same age. I am currently 18 years old and I'll be 19 in about a month. Konohana Shuffler asks, how do you go about routing a Stealth Reaper run? Do you improvise, then fine-tune, or are you looking for specific strategies or techniques to show? Or is your method perhaps completely different? Generally what I tend to do is I start the run, I pick an entry point, and then I just try and brute force my way through several different paths. If I'm having too much trouble with one spot, I try looking to go through it a different way, or or just change up my methods a little bit, you know, that sort of thing. I try to make sure that the pathing that I choose is deliberate and at least as logical as possible, given the circumstances of what you're trying to do, because killing everyone in an entire complex is going to force you to have to run around the place in a way that's not efficient, realistically. So I try to do the best that I can with that, but in general, I try to include a few techniques in every video that some people might not have thought of, or are at least rare, that you don't see a lot in other videos. Just trying to give people new verbs to add to their vocabulary and other stuff, just, you know, for shock value and whatnot. Get the cool moments, that kind of thing. Overall, though, it's just, you know, trial and error, trial and error. That's the main core loop of building a Stealth Reaper video. It's just, does this work? No? Okay, how about this? How about this? Okay, this works. Okay, next. Okay, this doesn't work. Next. Do that for anywhere between 4 to 25 hours, and you've got your video. We have 2 questions about an AC1 remake from Pedro and Abdullah. What I'd like to iterate about an AC1 remake is I want them to use all of the bells and whistles that a modern game would have in terms of flashy new technology, software, SSDs, using all of that to its fullest, right? But at the end of the day, it should still feel like the game that Patrice Désilets conceptualized in terms of how it appeals to the player's mood, its tone, its story, that it should still feel like it was made by the same people. That's what I want. And in terms of mechanics, maybe add parkour down, maybe add, you know, some of the stuff I was talking about with horizontal wall running or tricking. I would definitely say to keep catch ledge. Don't take that away from the player. That's kind of an important ability. So leave that in. But beyond that, I just don't have that much. Just, you know, take AC1 and put it in a 2021 game format. That's literally all I want. I don't want anything to be too different at all. From Jonathan, okay, hi Jacers, my question is, what do you think about Assassin's Creed novelization? Do you recommend it? I actually haven't read any of the Assassin's Creed books, I just haven't gotten around to it, but from what I've heard, I would recommend reading Forsaken, Secret Crusade, and the Unity novel. Those are the 3 novels that I would recommend reading. Maybe some of the stuff about Origins too. From the Meefster, we have the question, is there something you would change in a mission so you could do it differently? Like a different assassination in Unity that isn't normally possible, or change some mission to make it better. The first thing that comes to mind is to remove any and all randomness from the co-op missions in AC Unity, so that I could do Stealth Reapers for them without wanting to tear my hair out. That's probably number 1 on the list. Brooks asks, how has playing AC affected your life? Is there anything you have learned from it? What's your interpretation of the Creed? As for how playing AC has affected my real life, not overly. I played video games quite a bit beforehand, and this is just, you know, a different type of video game that I hadn't played until recently. Well, a year ago recently, but yeah, other than that, I've met some really cool people online, thanks to this channel and, you know, talking on Reddit and other places, and that's been the best thing, is I've just met some great people, and I have some new friends that I met online. Is there anything I've learned from it? I would have to say that the main thing I've learned is that video games can just be a fantastic medium for self-expression, especially when you have a way to share it as easily as a website like YouTube. As for my interpretation of the Creed, I think a good quote to tie it in with would be what Bulek says to Arno in AC Unity when he says, "Impossible, that's the purview of every assassin boy, but what's even better is the line in French. In French, Bulek says the words pain quotidien, which means daily bread, meaning assassins cannot live, cannot exist without doing that which most people consider to be impossible, without knowing that everything is permitted." So I think that's how I interpret the Creed, is that we can accomplish anything we need to in order to liberate mankind, in order to fight tyranny, in order to be the shepherds of our own civilization, as Ezio likes to say. That's my interpretation of it. We have from Andy's, congrats on 1K. What would be your ideal historical backdrop for an Assassin's Creed game? I'm really big on diving into the Asian countries. That's kind of what I'm really into now. I want to see China, I want to see Japan, maybe, I don't know, for historical specifically, but, you know, modern, I'm thinking like Hong Kong would be brilliant. Modern Tokyo would be really sick too. That's my main thing. Beyond that, I don't really care that much about a setting of an Assassin's Creed game. As long as it supports traditional Assassin's Creed gameplay, I'm pretty much sold. From Ryan, are there any other games that you're interested in making Stealth Reaper vids on, and if so, which ones would you try? I definitely want to get into making stealth videos for the Batman Arkham games. I'd like to try doing some stuff for the other Uncharted games that support stealth. Maybe some Splinter Cell, some Hitman, some Metal Gear. There's a lot of stealth games that I have yet to play, so I assume once I get into those and once I acquire some level of basic skill, I'm going to start working on videos. It's how I do things at this point. From Squadger Alex, we have the question, what's your favorite type of stealth video to make, i.e. Stealth Reaper, Ghost, etc.? I would have to say that Stealth Reapers are my favorite types of videos to work on, just because I have always been a really big fan of doing elimination-based stealth in games, so taking that to its extreme and doing a perfect run of that every time is just really satisfying to me. But I do like throwing in, you know, a ghost video or a target only every once in a while, just to give myself a challenge, because I don't normally play that way, so it's fun to mix things up every once in a while. Finley asks, have you ever seen Ruby, and if so, what are your thoughts on it? I actually have not ever seen Ruby, so sorry, I don't have much to say about that one. Zodiac asks, what's your favorite city in the AC franchise, or country if you prefer, like Origins to Valhalla? I would probably have to say Damascus in AC1. The way that city optimizes for vaults and the general atmosphere and color of everything is very aesthetically pleasing to me. It's the first city that you go to in AC1, so I'll always remember that first moment when you roll up to the city and you're on the horseback and it zooms out, has that pan shot, and then the big, you know, orchestra comes in with the loud music and everything. It's a really cool moment, and it's gonna stick with me for a long time. Dinon says, hey, congrats on 1K, Jacers. As for my question, how did you grow your channel to where it is now with such high success? I'm trying to do choreographed stealth content myself, and any tips would be greatly appreciated. I think the best thing that I can say is make videos that other people will want to show other people. Make stuff that can go viral. That's the type of thing. So make stuff that highlights little known mechanics. Make stuff like, for example, my AC1 parkour down montage video. That was my first video that got a lot of views, that really blew up on my channel, and it's still my most popular video today, because it's showing people a mechanic that they had no idea existed from a game that came out 13 years ago. That's probably the best example I can think of, is just make videos that other people will want other people to see. That's my main thing. N6 Games asks, how to get started making videos, and who or what was an inspiration in the early days? I got started making videos because I saw other stealth videos, and I'm like, that's cool, I want to make some of those, and I did. Obviously, they weren't as good as what other people were making, but, you know, it was my first few videos, so that's to be expected. And as for who was an inspiration, Leo K, Treviso are the two biggest ones. They were the reason that I even bought AC Unity to begin with, and definitely were the reason that I considered uploading my gameplay. So that's the main thing, is I just saw other people doing stuff, and I'm like, this feels like something I could do. And, you know, I just went ahead and did it. From Ernst, have you ever played the multiplayer for any of the AC games? Do you think it might ever come back? Should it come back? I have played a small amount of AC Brotherhood multiplayer, but because the first time I played an Assassin's Creed game was 2017, and that was Origins, I really haven't had much experience with it outside of that. So I don't have much to add there, but I definitely do enjoy playing AC Brotherhood multiplayer. It's quite fun, and I definitely think it should come back. The idea of using social stealth in a PvP setting is really, really interesting, and I think it's kind of a shame that we lost that. But, you know, Unity's co-op is also a great idea, so I wouldn't be upset if that was the multiplayer that came back instead. Shinobi writes, "Congratulations, Jacers, for 1K. My question, what's your real name, and which country are you from?" Thanks, Shinobi. In terms of my real name, I prefer not to say, but I'll definitely tell you that I live in Canada. From Black Tie, we have the question, what's your thoughts on tofu? Tofu's fine. I've only ever really had it in miso soup, but you know, it's pretty good in that. I don't eat it on the regular because I tend to eat a lot of meat, but you know, I'm mostly indifferent on it. It's fine. Rayrez asks for my thoughts on Connor Kenway in AC3. I think the best way to describe it is that I feel that Ubisoft really failed to do justice to Radonageddon as a character. His story is very interesting, and his background sets up a really interesting premise that Assassin's Creed as a franchise could totally, absolutely nail, but they just completely missed the mark for me and for a lot of other people. As for the game in general, I'd have to say that it's one of those games that is just, like, not very good on an objective level, but I just enjoy it anyway, because I can feel the heart and soul poured into this game, and I can just see it everywhere. You look at the detail put into the animations, the way that the characters move, all the different innovations that AC3 brought to the franchise that are really just taken for granted because Unity came out 2 years later, and it shifted the formula so much more than 3 did. But there's just so much about AC3 to love. I really like the parkour, besides, you know, the simplifications. It feels really fun to play. The combat is just really awesome. There's a lot of cool moves. They added a lot of interesting depth that the Ezio games didn't even have, even though I preferred the Brotherhood Revelations combat system to 3. The Homestead is just fantastic. I really love what they did with that. Naval combat, it's not Black Flag, but it's still pretty fun. The present day, I love the present day missions in AC3. They're some of the best in the entire franchise, by far. I'd say 3 is arguably the best present day in the franchise in terms of gameplay, even though the narrative for it is a bit less robust than anything else we'd seen before. Overall, AC3 is a game that I like quite a lot. It's in the middle of my ranking, which is a lot higher than you'll see on other people's ranking lists. It often tends to rank near the bottom, or if you're someone who really likes AC3, it's pretty darn close to the top. So I tend to be in the middle of that. From 123 Pop 321, when will you continue and finish your AC1 playthrough? Are there any future plans for making playthroughs in the next games? I probably won't ever finish my AC1 playthrough, mainly just because I didn't like working on less curated, less scripted content like that. It wasn't something that I wanted to have be as a mainstay on my channel, if that makes any sense. If I ever move into streaming, I will definitely stream stuff like that, maybe with the AC Marathon in the future. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to stealth choreography and parkour type stuff. We have another question from Ernst. Favorite AC4 sea shanty? Definitely Leave Her Johnny. It's not even close for me on that one. From Prashast, I apologize if I'm butchering these pronunciations, by the way. Favorite game world in any game? I'd have to say either AC1's Holy Land or AC Unity's Paris. The level of atmosphere and the type of immersion that I get from those two worlds isn't really matched by any other game I've ever played. Another one that's not a question, but we have from Privateer Larry. Congrats, lad. Thank you, Larry, I appreciate it. Mad asks, what's your current gaming setup? I tend to game on PC mostly. I have a RTX 2070 Super. I have an Intel Core i7 10th Gen 10700F as my processor. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. My Windows 10 operating system is installed on I believe a 512 gigabyte solid state drive, and I have a 2 terabyte hard drive for additional storage. In addition to that, I also have a PS4 that I use to play, games that I can only access on there, and I tend to play using a DualShock 4 when I play games on my PC. That's my general setup right now. Eckhard asks, what do you do when you aren't making videos? When I'm not making videos, I like to watch other people's videos. Recently, I've picked up chess as a hobby, so I've been doing a lot of puzzles, playing some games online. I play guitar, I read books, I work on music in general. I used to play sports, but you know, that's not really a thing right now. Maybe once things open up a bit more. But yeah, that's the general thing, is I just stick to my, you know, other mainstay hobbies. That's the long and the short of it. Elior asks, when was the first time you played Assassin's Creed and which part was it? My first Assassin's Creed game was Assassin's Creed Origins. I got it for Christmas in 2017, and I absolutely loved that game, and to the point where I bought Odyssey, and then I found Leo K and Treviso's videos on YouTube, and I just got hooked, and I played all of the other mainline games within a year and a half from that point. So, yeah. From Jroom, we have, congrats, Jacers, happy 1K. My question to you is, what is your favorite work of fiction in general? If you can't name just one, name 3 to 5. I'm gonna get Assassin's Creed out of the way first, because I think that's an obvious one, but in addition to that, I'd have to say probably the Harry Potter books. Those were some of my favorite books growing up. I read them all multiple times, and I also really liked the book The Martian by Andy Weir. It's the one that had the Matt Damon movie made about it. It's good stuff. From Leo K, what do you love about the Hidden Blade as an iconic assassin armament? I think what I'd have to say is just how well it lends itself to social stealth. When you perform a Hidden Blade kill, you can easily make it look like you just accidentally bumped into someone while walking down the street, when in reality you've just taken their life in front of everyone else's eyes. Another thing is just how easily assassins can cut down entire armies with what's basically a frail wrist knife that pretty much doubles its cool factor. From White Wolf Whispers, congrats on 1K subs, that's so exciting. What is the one video you're most proud of and why? What is the one video you wish you never made or you still have nightmares about making? I'm proud of you, and here's another 1K subs. Cheers. Thanks, Wolfie. The video I am most proud of is probably my AC Unity movement guide. That video is my magnum opus. That took me upwards of 60 to 70 hours to make, and I put blood, sweat, and tears into that video, and it turned out pretty much as good as it could have, in my opinion. The video that I really don't want to make, but I will make, is the Fort Monmouth Stealth Reaper. Masonic's video for that fort was, I believe, 19 minutes long, and there are a lot of places where you can make mistakes in a 19-minute video, especially when you're trying to be as precise as I like to be with my Stealth Reapers, so there's a lot of margin for error in that. So, yeah, it's just... I don't look forward to the day when I sit down and work on that one. Ion Bucher asks, what's the most underrated and overrated game in your opinion? The most underrated Assassin's Creed game is definitely AC1. A lot of people will just say, oh, it was good for its time, but now it's just really clunky and unrefined and unpolished and boring and repetitive. No. Go play the game. It's still fantastic. You'll love it. If you like Assassin's Creed, you should love that game. As for the most overrated AC game, this is going to be a smoking hot take, but I'm going to say AC2. And the reason for that isn't because I don't like Ezio or Desmond or anything in that game narrative-wise. It's more just, there's a lot of stuff that AC2 doesn't deliver on for me compared to what Brotherhood and Revelations do, while maintaining mostly the same systems. It's just doesn't deliver on, example, the stealth as well for me, or the combat. Those are the two biggest things. And for the last question from Walshy, we have, congrats man, how long until the daily AC top 5s? It's obligatory at this point, don't run from them.
You'll never take me alive!
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for submitting all your questions. Thank you all so much for the support, for helping me get to 1,000 subs, and, you know, onwards to 2,000, right? So, thanks again so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.
gotta do better next time.
It's closer, more left. It's closer. One more left. I can't. It's closer. I found him. Yeah, this is perfect.
Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time.
Very well. If that's how you want to play, I will take it from you. Now you've made me now I mean business. This can't be true. I never lose.
Get away from my emerald.
Oh my fucking god. This is insane. I was just watching a YouTube video and I'm playing SA2. And what happens? I get a 27 death chamber followed by a 32 meteor.
Before this is over, I'll show you the true
It's
power
fucking
of
nuts,
chaos
man.
control. What?
Fuck you, Shadow, bitch.
You're better than I thought.
What? Maybe I deserve that. How do I hit him?
Impossible. I am the ultimate.
I don't care. I got the 21. Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. It's fucking amazing. I was so nervous.
Sonic, I did it.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Awesome job, Tails.
Awesome job, Tails.
Sonic! Eh?
Look outside.
Oh!
All I have to do is not fuck up too much in Dark Story. And I'll never have to play this game again. Oh, God. I don't care that I choked Shadow 2, I don't mind. That doesn't bother me. I got the 21. Oh my god. I won't join the Discord and tell them. I'll do that after I get all stories will work it. Oh my god. Shout out to the new Speedrun.com update. It gives you adverts even if you have an account. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry if the audio bouncing was terrible, by the way. Like, throughout the run or when I turned my mic on. I really wasn't thinking about it. Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna mute my mic again. Thanks for watching.
Story so
Intruder alert. Assume level 1 defense
Hold
formation.
G button down to log on. Release it to fire a homing
Level
missile.
1 security door breach. Emergency formation. Intercept intruder. Level 2 security door breach. Level 2 security door breach.
This is Scorpion Troops Hotshot. Enemy movement has been detected. En route to intercept and destroy.
Copy that.
This is Scorpion Troops Hotshot. The enemy is stronger than expected. He is too strong. Additional support.
Pathetic humans.
Only two more. It's gotta be only one more left. It's gotta be close. I got it! How is that? Perfect? Like me?
Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid. Let's take care of business here first.
for.
This is Rouge. I've located Eggman's base and will proceed to enter it now. I hate to say it. I guess I'm going to have to find that key first. It's gotta be close. Only 2 more. It's gotta be close. Only 1 more left. It's gotta be close. I got it! How was that? Perfect? Like me?
So this is the space colony Ark. I have to locate the central control room that Shadow mentioned before he left.
Stories.
So this is the space colony Ark. I have to locate the central control room that Shadow mentioned before he left.
can't get away with this. Shoot! I was so close.
Better luck next time, Fox Boy.
I'm in position, Doctor. Tell me when.
There's been an unexpected delay on my end. There's no more time to waste. Set the timer for 15 minutes. Let's go, Rube.
5 minutes should be plenty. Here I go.
Rube, get the Chaos Emerald before the military finds you.
It's gotta be
Only
close.
2 more.
It's gotta be close. Only one more left. It's gotta be close.
I got it.
How is that? Perfect? Like me? I can't believe I've come this far just to fail.
This is Flying Dog headquarters. Intruder found entering security hole. Preparing to attack.
Copy that.
Aim for the cockpit. That's its weak point.
This is Flying Dog to headquarters. We're taking heavy damage. Close the security hole. It's just not possible. This Flying Dog can't be destroyed.
Not bad, huh? I'm pretty strong, all right.
Here we go. That wasn't so hard.
Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough
I'll
to
make
be
you eat
my
those
fake.
words. You can't get away this time. There's only one real Sonic. Bring it on.
Who are you?
That hurt.
No time to hang out with the likes of you.
wait for me!
Did you find Tails?
Wait a minute. Be quiet. Just leave it to me. Ow! Let's go. I found it, Fox Boy. Shadow, they're in that blue plane. Spotted at 11 o'clock.
Copy that. I'm in pursuit. Here we go. That wasn't so hard.
Only one more left. It's gotta be close.
I got it!
It's all too easy for me. Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time. Hand over those master emeralds. Give them to me. I have no I must protect the master
Now
emerald.
give me back those jewels.
You're Gross.
What have you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this. Ow. I'll show you how powerful my Cyclone is. Ooh, there's no way I'm gonna lose. Forgive me, Sonic.
Yosh!
Here we go. That wasn't so hard.
All right, Shadow. Time for me to finish this. Well done, Faker. No time to waste. Take this. Shoot. I failed.
I told you, I'm the ultimate.
File select. Story
guess I might as well turn my mic on. Probably won't talk much until the end, but might as well do it sooner rather than later. I wonder what my RTA time save's looking like right now.
System alert. System alert. The intruder has breached the system area. Initiate debug program.
Alright, Tails. Now, destroy the security door leading to the cannon's core.
Okay.
Okay, Tails. There should be a security door somewhere in the room. You need to destroy it.
Tails Nation.
Now it's my turn.
Fuck. Legendary of Chaos thinks this is going to be a gold split. I gotta agree with him sometimes, you know. That will be a gold split. After that Tails, it's pretty unlikely, but fucking hell. Something's causing me phone facing issues that I wasn't having.
There should be a security door somewhere in this room.
Surely it has to be my mic being on. It shouldn't be, but it must be. I'll mute it for now.
There should be an emergency switch in the dome to drain the liquid out of the core. See if you can find it. Good job. Hurry, throw the switch and drain the liquid.
System alert. System alert. Energy core save program terminated. Self-repair program initializing.
Knuckles, can you hear me? The last security door to the core should be in front of you. Find the switch that opens the door.
System alert. System alert. Primary security lock system terminated. Initiate final defense systems.
Sonic, get past the energy field to get to the core. You're our last chance. We're depending on you. Sonic, you should have cleared the electrical disturbance. It's all up to you now.
Yes!
Nice. This one's good. I'm very happy with this.
Barely made it.
Obviously I lost time in stupid places, but that's always going to happen in a run this long. Alright, let's see what biology gives me. Maybe he'll piss all over my face. Hopefully not. Well, that was fucking awful. Win. Alright, we're gaming.
Get out, you ugly prototype.
The classic 1 minute world record improvement. It's in the bag. Unless I fuck up Final Hazard. But I'm pretty likely to fuck it up. Not enough to cost world record, but I am pretty likely to fuck it up, to be honest.
Can you hear me, Sonic? Shadow? He's very weak without his life support.
Just haven't, I've never practiced this far.
The red swelling there.
We'll see.
Damage him. You're our last hope.
Sonic, leave it to me. I'll destroy him.
Where does he get all that power? The power of the Chaos Emeralds? Shadow, are you okay?
I'll collect the rings. Now it's up to you, Sonic.
Shadow, you need rest. Let me give it a try.
What? Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, I guess I should have expected that, I don't know. I've never been hit in that phase in my life. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool Final Hazard moment right there.
Sonic,
Pretty
we're in
epic.
danger. The colony will enter the atmosphere in about 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Here I come, you creep! Alright, this is working. Sonic, how are you doing?
We've almost got it. The red swelling may be a weak spot.
Alright.
Sonic, aim for it. Yeah, take that, you creep. Shadow, are you okay?
Here I
One
come,
more.
you creep!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're gaming. Sorry for the not super excited reaction. I am pretty excited, I'm just tired. I've been awake for a while. Let's go! I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. Wow. I'm a happy gamer.
No way that's getting through.
Shadow, I beg of you,
Maria,
give them a chance
Alright.
to be happy.
Let me hop into the Discord server.
Now, Shadow!
For the first time in like a year plus.
Chaos control!
Can't just hide the fact that I got world record. Discord servers.
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
Where is Shadow?
I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks for watching, guys.